isang malaking awesome. And thank you so much guys. Maraming salamat sa inyo. Yeah. So, mag-music na tayo ulit kasi sa last time baka masyadong seryoso. Pero guys, ako pala si Oso Bear na been years since 2017. I've been trying to share you guys my wins and losses dito sa cryptocurrency. And yes guys, let me help you out to understand what's going on. Okay, so nung mga kamakailan hindi tayo nagtitrade, hindi tayo nagle-leverage, wala tayong long or short position. Okay, because it's a clear signs of manipulation and hindi tayo gambler, no? So we're trader. So if we see a clear sign of manipulation, what do? Is are you just willing to say bahala na? Parang ganun. Like kung mawala, edi mawala. 'Di ba? Parang we don't wanna leverage on that one. So nagle-leverage ka na nga tapos ile-leverage mo pa sa bahala na. So whether you win or you lose, what you want in the end is you understand what you did. Okay, because that's what we're trying to aim and not just to gain profits. Okay? So right now, marami tayong pag-uusapan. We have of course the Bitcoin altcoin season. We have the fear greed, of course. We'll be talking about the RSIs, of course. And also we'll be talking about yung ating mga news and why are we being manipulated. So, no? So, para hindi tayo basta parang, oh, okay, since manipulation, bahala na kung matrigger o bahala na ma-SL, bahala na kung ma-liquidate, bahala na kung mawala yung initial capital or something like that. Okay? In the end, we want understanding so that we will be able to really understand yung latter part nung nangyari. So sabihin natin, okay, nanalo ka nga, do you really understand what happened? Ang hirap nun, no? Na nanalo ka, natatalo ka, you don't understand what really happened. So dun papasok yung parang, can you really replicate that, or is that just 100% luck? Diba? So, doon ka yung parang, doon ka napapasok doon sa, nagkakalshi ba ako? Nagpa-poly market ba ako? Parang ganun. So, yan, big shoutouts kanila. Ayan, sa asawa ko, big shoutouts. Kay Yahuwah, of course. Big shoutouts kay Timothy Garmois. Big shoutouts ayan, sa admin natin, kay Kirk Androlao. Sira yung comment section, pati yung Google natin, yung YouTube natin. Nag-error. Hindi ko nakita yung ilan viewers natin, ilan yung accurate natin. So, wala akong streamer info. Yan. So, sira yung Google natin. O bakit? Pati yung comment section, hindi ko nakikita. Nakalagay dito server timeout, etc. So, but again, yan, nag-comment yung asawa ko. Please do like and share, subscribe, and comment 3 or awesome kung nandito ka sa channel or nandito ka sa live natin. Big shoutouts kay Angel Natan. Big shoutouts kay Virginia Makasay. Makasaya. Yan. Mali pa nga na. Yan. Okay, so let's talk about the first topic for today. Okay, magcha-charting din tayo, so stick around. If may papachart kayo, this is the best time. Okay, kasi yun din yung sinabi ko kay Hype, nangyari na ngayon. Then, sakto-sakto, pagka pasok mo sa level na yun, biglang nag-bounce yung market. Anyways, let's go with our market. 7-day percentage, no? Konti, pero mapapansin nyo na latak na lang to sa mga privacy. No? Pero wala tayong talagang gainers na masasabi sa top 100 natin. But nevertheless, we have in 24 hours, everyone going back to DEX play. Ito yung napapansin ko. They want to go back to DEX play. Why? Is because it's the initial blow if there will be a massive liquidity inject, kumbaga. So dito nagsisimula yung kung saan ipapasok. Syempre kung sino yung may pinakamalaking pasok talaga, sabihin natin si Lido dati, di ba? Maraming nagpasok, maraming gustong magpasok ng pera. So either si Lido or yung Aave, yan, biglang bumulwak talaga sila. Okay? Because they're DEXs, they're part of those narratives. Okay? Not like standalone DEX na, ito lang yun, etc. Hindi ganun. Okay? So they are in a multiple narrative. So dito papasok yung mga topics natin na okay, is this going to be just a recovery? Is this just gonna be like another retrace tapos tsaka magdadump? Parang ganun. So for now, okay, we're off trades. I don't wanna like risk. Okay, I don't want any irrelevant risks. Okay, hindi ako dito para mag sugal. Okay, nandito ako para to really mitigate losses. Understand yung losses ko if I will lose. Kasi, di ba nga, nawalan na tayong 33,000, sabi natin. Tapos hindi ko pa maintindihan sa nagkamali. So, more and more, on the latter part ng mga naging bear market situation, especially if nape-predict nga natin 121, hindi natin pagkakaila na naiwan talaga tayo nung naging bull market nung 2024, which is a mini bull market and a quick altcoin season, which is not a full-blown. So, that deceived me. So, ngayon, ito na yung sasabihin ko sa inyo. Okay, we have hype. Sabi natin, kahapon at nung isang araw sinabi ko na nung nasa 27 pa lang siya, sabi ko, papasok siya sa 21. Okay, you can DCA 25%. And it did. Pero bitin na bitin. Okay, sa ano to ha? Sa KuCoin to. Pero sa crypto market cap, okay, or sa sa crypto index rather. Crypto index, we saw it dash to 21. Okay, so is this something that you need to like really take advantage? Of course, yes. We don't usually go down here. Okay, but when we do, okay, it doesn't mean that that's the end of it. Okay, but we have a potential bull divergence. Okay, so hidden bull, tama, bullish divergence. Okay, as long as hindi to bumagsak pa, okay, yun na yung sasabihin ko. Pero ito kasi yung pinaka-lowest niya, 20, nung nag-spike yung glitch natin for market cap. So that is the reason why I am very positive that it should bounce to 21 to show some strength. Okay, hindi ko pa rin to binabago tong natin na to, chart na to. So this is the very one hype chart natin back in November. Okay, so hindi nagbago. And now I want to go back to Bitcoin first. Okay, so ito pa rin yung chart natin nung kamakailan, which is last live. We are in a 1 week time frame. Indecision candle na tayo. Okay, so but I told you once it breaks 80k, the next target is around 50, 60 to 50. Okay, kasi since yun yung gusto nyo mangyari kung head and shoulder. Okay, but I definitely want to see the market to resist going back to 81k. Kumbaga makita na natin agad strength pa lang sa 11k. So big shoutout sa mga nandito guys. Yan, big shoutouts kay Timothy Garmois. Mag-comment kayo kung nandito kayo. At tagtarin niyo yung chat natin ha. Big shoutout sa inyo guys. Okay, so first manipulation that I see in the market, which everyone is revered on, okay, which is itong trader natin na binabantayan natin since nung nag-make money siya ng 100 million by shorting the market. Okay, at during nung nag-announce ng tariff. Okay, this is the very one insider na 30 minutes before ng capitulating news was able to set a short trade. Okay, with a full and maximum conviction. Okay, na alam niya yung mangyayari. But anyways, we already discussed this. There's a long video for this one too. In-explain ko sa inyo ng maigi tong topic na to. Okay? So, ito na. With our trader na to, diba? This is Garrett. We talked about this. Okay? It's a known insider whale na hindi pa nagpo-post na since mid-October, no? Ng kanyang talagang conviction ulit. Okay, after niya mahuli na siya talaga to. Anyways, but yeah, Yung Bitcoin natin, we have a position here entering at 91, no? Nagdagdag siya eh. So naglagay pa siya. Okay, pero kung susumahin to lahat, no, simula nung trade niya is 106 short niya, tapos Ethereum at 4,500, which is a really good short entry. Okay, I would say like super alpha. Okay, kung sabihin natin wala talaga siya insider, super alpha siya. So diyan alam niya yung market, nakita niya yung market. Okay, and at there and there, nag-trade siya. Okay? So, also during that time, why he was very important too is at the latter days ng November, which is at the middle, then hanggang sa nagsasubside tayo pa November, okay? Bumapasok tayo sa 100k and I was also thinking about 100k will be a strong support. Now, it will be a strong resistance. Okay? But eminent yung magiging manipulation ulit natin doon. Okay? So, I'm talking about this. Once we enter 100, we can do this move. Okay? Wait lang, pakita ko sa inyo. Yan. So, we can do this move. Mahirapan tayo dito sa pagitan ng 618 at ng 0.5 Fibonacci. Okay? Or, dito tayo sa ilalim mahirapan. Dito pa lang. Tapos biglang ibuboost tayo ng mabilis. Which is tatagal to hanggang January. Which is ganun yung nangyari noong 2021. So you don't have to be scared. Kasi nasa kamay tayo ng institution. Okay? Pero once this is confirmed, everyone will just be pouring money. Hindi to nagbabago. Always repeats its cycle. Kumbaga, mas matindi pa to sa 4-year cycle. Ito talaga. Wait lang, may fruit fly. Yan. Sa harap ko. Ayan. So, tulad nga ng sinabi ko, why this guy is a manipulator. Okay? Kasi tinry ko siyang i-track. Okay? Nag-open siya ng long. Ito napansin ko guys. Nag-open siya ng long. Nagdagdag siya ng long. Pero taliwas doon sa ginagawa niya talaga. Okay, anong proof ko dyan? Okay, iba kasi dito, sasabihin lang, ay hindi, nag-manipulation yung market, nevertheless, I'll trade. Okay, so that is a very bad stance in the market. Okay, kasi just because you think in technical analysis, it's gonna short. Diba? We have to, how I see it is we really have to, okay, we really have to understand every trade that we will be doing. Okay? We should be seeking understanding, not just shortcuts or leeways, no? So, ako, nahanap ko to. Okay, ito ang nahanap ko. So, ito naka-tie up to dun sa mga accounts ni Garrett. Okay? And, which is itong trader na to. Si A3AE, which is kay Garrett. Okay? So, nakita ko dito na nag-trade siya ng almost 450 million worth of Bitcoin to Binance. Okay, to Binance. So, I'm not sure if magbebenta tong kumag na to. Hindi natin alam. Okay? But when the whales, okay, here's the proof. When the whales move, okay, assets to CEXes or centralized exchanges, okay, usually they do a massive selling or just trying to induce more selling pressure in the market since we are really downtrending. Okay? So, it typically signals a lot of selling pressure for me. Okay? So, on the other hand, ang naisip ko, sabihin na natin, pure speculation, okay, since we really don't know the reason until we see it, he could be using it as a collateral instead. Okay? Might be borrowing. Hindi natin alam. Okay? But the point is, yung massive long positions niya na ngayon na nakikita natin, baka pseudo account na nga lang to eh. Hindi ko lang alam ha. Pero, this is too big for a pseudo account. And also, nandito pa yung 100 million niya na ipinanalo. Yan. So, since he cannot withdraw ito lang yung withdrawable amount niya. Sabi natin. What's really fascinating for me, whenever I analyze the blockchain and his blockchain transactions, is hindi talaga tugma yung ginagawa niya, lalo na pa nagpo-post siya sa Twitter. So, itong pinicturean ko na sa Binance Scan or sa blockchain scanner, which pwede nyo na tignan, kunan nyo na lang ng picture tapos copy nyo yung text. Okay? Kumbaga, it's very confusing. Yung sasabihin ko sa inyo. It's very dangerous to just take this alone and bring it to your next trade. So that's why I was like, hindi ako magte-trade. Kasi there'll be a potential that we'll be doing this level to remove and delete the whole head and shoulder structure. Kumbaga, pwede tayo hanggang January, tapos tsaka lang tayo angat ng dahan-dahan para humaba yung itong side na to at hindi siya mag-replicate. Okay, kasi kinapi lang naman natin to Okay, pwede natin iganyan yan. Okay, which is more profitable for leverage traders. Why? It's because it's just like consolidating slowly, no? So many would call it bearish flag, etc. No, A, B, C, D, E. Isa pang drop daw bago tayo bubulusok. Okay, but for me, it's either, okay, like I said, it's either we go up right now and break the levels, yung tipong magsa-stock up yung short kasi iniisip nila mariresist tayo dito sa mga levels sa to, especially 99k. Doon sila maliliquidate. Then tsaka babagsak yung market. Aangat palalo yung market. So this trade alone, yung biglang bulusok ng market pataas tas biglang bumagsak ulit. Okay? Ang dami na liquidate dun. 200 million tapos another, tama pala. 100 million muna tapos biglang another 200 million of longs. So 100 million of shorts na liquidate. Okay, biglang umangat, diba? Tapos biglang bumagsak, no? Pinaglaruan sila. Okay, so right now, since we're in a crypto index, not in a centralized exchange or any exchanges, hindi siya kita dito. So, but for now, since we're using, ASHI tayo. Mag-ASHI tayo para makita natin. We have a consolidation already starting here. Kung ang tinitingnan yung level is 94 at 83k. Okay, so safe tayo sa loob nito. Yun lang masasabi ko. Huwag natin babasagin tong 80k kasi pwede nga tayo bumagsak ng ganyan. Diretso tayo. Ganyan. Iyan. Pwede yan mangyari. Okay? So A, B, C, plus D, plus E. Which is papasok tayo ng 71k. Yun yung prediction natin for bearish take. Okay? But like I said, if to nagka-consolidate na dito pa lang, any spike down pababa ng mabilis to 83k, okay, aangat to. Basta wag to babasagin, itong 80k. No? Or actually, nung prediction natin to is back in Wednesday, wag tayong bumagsak. Hindi naman tayo bumagsak The next day or today, hindi tayo bumagsak. So, BOJ, Bank of Japan, no? BOJ, yeah. Bank of Japan. Later na yun. Okay, so tingnan natin. But, punta tayo sa US. Okay, kasi may nakita din ako isa pa. Which is this one. So, absence of data in CPI report flashes yellow for further interest rate cuts. Okay, so this is bullish, I would say. Many people will be thinking about this as bearish. Okay, for some reason, okay, it's because that's where the market is heading right now. So, yung CPI inflation data natin came out to fell to 2.7%. Okay? Yung expectation natin were 3.1% if I recall. Okay? Kung nandiyan kayo sa live guys, kayo comment or mag-like kayo ha. Yan, kasi 8 lang yung nagla-like Comment kayo. Yan, or mag-like kayo. Yan. So, ito na. this is the biggest drop, even though we only had like 2 interest rate cuts. Okay, this is still one of the biggest drop to celebrate. Many people will not celebrate this, of course, kasi nga takot sila eh. Okay, they don't have any reason to celebrate kasi nga they be looking at their assets na ibinenta na nila, no? Then dito ko parang naiisip na parang baka minamanipulate na ni Trump yung numbers. We're not seeing the real numbers already kasi hindi na nagtutugma din yung ibang news. Okay? Kumbaga ang daming parang tinatabunan. Kumbaga sa patay na hayop. Pag nagukay ka nung medyo mababaw lang, ang gagawin mo, tatabunan mo ng tatabunan, di ba? So parang ganun yung pakiramdam ko. Tinatabunan lang siya ng tinatabunan. So yung US government shutdown was, for me, it was intentional so that we can use that as a reason for today. So yun din yung sinabi ko sa inyo dati, that this will be a critical news that will be used for tomorrow's market prediction. Okay? So yung shutdown natin nangyari ng October and November, no? Pinakamahaba sa US history. Okay? And doon ko din sinabi sa inyo na hindi mag-function or hindi natin gagamitin yung mga pera until it is ended. And once it is fully ended at talagang inanon sa Congress, nakaano na siya ulit, resume, etc. blah blah blah, it will take time for us to spend those money. Diba, pinag-usapan na natin to sa liquidity. So, pwede nyo balikan yung liquidity live natin. I was just like talking about liquidity there. Bank of Japan, pinredict din natin doon that it can dry the whole market to exhaustion. Pwede tayong mapagod because of whatever is about to come. And it will be used for slow manipulation of the market. Okay? So, they filed in missing columns with zeros. So, this is not how the data works. Okay? So, dito ko din sinabi sa inyo na lalabas yung job numbers natin pero wala yung mga unemployed. Since dahil nga dun sa naging government shutdown, i-predict na natin na it will come by December or later ng January. Which is magiging maganda yung pasok kasi malilimutan na lang natin yung mga yan lalo na pag pinasaya tayo. Okay? Kumbaga, ngayon, for now, it is sad moments. Especially wala masyado nagtitrade kasi nga holiday season. This is parang nakita ko na this is like the strongest holiday season that I have experienced here in the US where everyone really connects to each other. Why? Is because money is neglected here right now. Kumbaga, napapansin ko na parang since mahirap nga kumita ng pera, kumbaga they have no other ways to really give each other something, so they just join together and magsalo-salo. Napansin ko yun kasi hindi rin yung ginagawa ng mga magulang ko eh. Biglang ginawa nila this year na nagkita-kita yung mga magulang nila at kumain sila kung saan ako nagtatrabaho. O, di ba? Ayos eh. So, ako yung server nila. Ako yung waiter nila. Hindi ako tinipan. Ang nangyari is kinuha ng nanay ko. Promise, sabi niya. Promise, ibibigay ko sa'yo. Promise, ibibigay ko sa'yo, sabi niya. Okay, sabi ko wala naman akong pake. Sabi ko, I just want to serve. Okay? So, I just want to serve them. Yun naman sinabi ko. Sabi ko pa nga ibalik nila eh. Papakita ko sa inyo yung text kung hindi kayo naniniwala. Sabihin nyo, wala daw pake. Etchos ka. Hindi. Totoo yun. Okay. So, on the shelter side, okay, di ba, housing, kasi natatakot tayo sa housing, di ba, in-explain ko na rin to guys. Makinig kayo, lahat ng live ko magkakadikit to, hindi ako basta, ano yung popular sa YouTube, ano yung popular na pag-usapan ng mga tao, hindi. Ako may tinitrace akong may tinitrace akong curriculum. Okay, na one day babalikan nyo, hindi ito maluluma. Babalikan nyo, sunod-sunod pa rin yung live ko. Kumbaga, libro na to, nakaano na siya, na lahat ng to, bago nyo papag-usapan yung 4-year cycle, di ba? Bago pinapag-usapan, ngayon pa lang nila pinag-uusapan. Sabi ni JB, ngayon pa lang pinag-uusapan yon. Yung business cycle, ngayon, nito pa lang yung pag-uusapan yan. Kasi ngayon pa lang siya magmamanifest. Pero nandun na tayo. Sinabi ko sa inyo, wala tayo sa 4-year cycle, nasa enterprise or nasa institutional cycle tayo, which is the business cycle already. Okay? Ngayon, mukha lang doon nangyayari yon. Why? It's because? Why? Because I always put an effort na pag-usapan natin yun ngayon dito. Kaya kala nyo, ngayon nangyayari siya. Pero when you go to Filipino forums, iba ang pinag-usapan nila during that time when we were talking about 4-year cycle here. Now we're talking about CPI reports here. We're talking about manipulation, different kinds of manipulation in the government, numbers, job numbers, housing, and 0% inflation for October, etc. We talked about that. Ngayon pa lang nangyayari din siya ulit. So, here's why we have to talk about it. Because itong sa shelter side or yung housing, they assumed, like I said, 0% inflation for October. Okay? So, this is statistically impossible. Kaya ako nasasabing manipulation to, guys. Okay? This is 100% manipulation. Okay, just like Epstein files not being released, that's 100% manipulation. The DOJ, Department of Justice in the US, is held by Trump. That's manipulation. Kasi nasa kanila ang Epstein files. They can declassify it, release it to public, then boom. Kung sino lang yung nakalista doon, yun lang i-allow ni Donald Trump. It's in his hands. Okay? Same thing with our crypto, with our stocks, ETF, bonds, etc. It's in Trump's hands. If you don't believe me, try to trace it. Yan. So, ito na sabihin ko sa inyo. The only way. Saan ko ba yan nabasa? Dito. Yan. So, surprisingly strong pullback in shelter inflation drives low CPI print. Okay. So, the only way to get a 2-month average of 0.06% and 0.113% is if you assume yung October natin was literally zero inflation on shelter. Okay. Which is very impossible nga. Sinabi ko sa inyo. Kumbaga, it's inexcusable but it's there. Yun yung pag binasa natin dito, nasa na yan? It appears at the data posted Thursday that the BLS assumed Brent and OER inflation were zero for October. According to Amir Sharif, founder of the research firm Inflation Insights. Okay? So, this manipulation can be read two ways. Guys, tapos mag-charting na tayo. Magsabi na kayo ng mga alts nyo, assets nyo, or blue chips nyo. Whether nasa stocks, tingnan natin kung anong tingin natin sa technical analysis. Tapos, tingnan natin kung ano niya. Okay? So, ito bullish take ko dito, guys, ha? Bullish take ko lang. Pwede nyo tingnan din dito, which is a little bit the same. Okay? Ang bullish take ko dito, yung government natin is intentionally releasing better data than yung totoong nangyayari to pump the market and change the narrative. Okay? They might continue this pattern, no? Uulit-ulitin nila to hanggang sa magising ulit yung market. They have to stimulate the whole risk on market. Okay? Why? It's because they're putting new SEC. They're putting new Fed chair who will be enabling this one too. So, paano sila magiging mabango kung hindi hinanda ni Donald Trump? Okay? So, PR guy to si Donald Trump. Maniwala kayo sa akin, guys. We saw this many times. I'm not trying to worship him again. Okay, that's my mistake before. What I'm trying to say is we have to be prepared. I'm warning you guys. Okay, this time the other way around. Kasi no last time sinabi ko sa inyo, I'm warning you. Pag di pa kayo bumili, 'di ba? Sabi ko katulad ko, 'di ba? This might go up if Trump proceeds to push more crypto narrative during his first quarter ng term niya. Which tahimik siya for the first quarter, then on the second quarter, boom, pare. Which is really not good for the whole economy, not just with cryptocurrency, okay? But this time, okay, I'm gonna warn you again, okay? But the other way around. So if you want to reverse me this time, let's see what will happen. Okay, if I was able to really predict during the crash na 73k, diba? We were able to really make some good money there noong 2024 September, October, November, then November bull run to December, okay? Then we predicted good tops ng July, then netong August throughout na hanggang 121 na lang to. Nevertheless, it went to 126. Okay? 124, just basic stochastic RSI, bearish divergence. So now we're seeing bullish divergence, but not yet confirmed on December 31. We have to wait for that, which is the monthly close. Okay? And it will determine if where are we at that moment. Okay? So that's my bullish take. Okay? So they are trying to stimulate the market already. It may not look like it, but look at the candles. Okay, we're starting to sideways already. Okay, this is the initial sideways. I don't know if what will happen. Okay, same thing here. Di ba nagkamali ako dito? Sinabi ko, okay, let's buy here, 78k. Biglang umangat, biglang bumagsak pa lalo. Okay, tapos hindi na ako bumili dito. Rather, we added more altcoins here. Okay, and this is where we were able to really make some good money. Pero ang altcoin season talaga dito lang nangyari. Okay, eto lang. Huwag tayong sinungaling. At hindi ko pagsisinungaling, totoo na dito lang nangyari altcoin season ng bahagya. Okay, which is automatically pagka-spike agad ng altcoin season, biglang hinimatay siya agad. Nawala agad yung spark niya. So, hindi tayo talaga pumasok dun sa altcoin season na hinihintay natin kasi ayaw din sumunod ni Bitcoin dominance. Okay? So, but right now, we're almost there. Are we gonna drop further? Or are we going to do a golden cross? Then, biglang babagsak. Para lang ma-reject dito. So, tingnan natin. Okay? Kasi, this is not looking good. Yun ang sasabihin ko. Kasi we've been under the moving average 150. This is a daily time frame, but in 1 week, okay, let's see. Yep, in 1 week, we just produce a bullish divergence. So there's a high probability that we may enter again the 60 level, which is going to capitulate whole alts if Bitcoin drops and while the Bitcoin dominance goes up. Okay? So, I'm just giving you the numbers and statistics. Okay, technical analysis lang to. I'm just letting you know. Okay, so don't be mad. I'm just letting you know what's real. That's the numbers. So, it can produce a double tap, tsaka tayo talaga bumagsak. Or letter M muna, tsaka tayo babagsak. Okay, which is baka ang extension is baka dito tayo babagsak. Okay? Which is going to be a really good market blow kung hanggang 2027, 'di ba? Ng January bigla to dito bumagsak tas tsaka umangat ng todo. Okay, doon pa lang natin makikita. So this is the formula. I already gave it to you before. If you remember this picture, hindi man nagbago. Okay, nandiyan pa yung trademark natin. So hindi pa na siya nawawala. Okay, so ito yung bearish take ko. This is my bearish prediction. Okay, so if the data is wrong, okay, we are at the mercy of numbers right now, statistics. Okay, we are at the mercy of the government itself because it is in their hand kung magpapump ba tayo o hindi. Okay? Kung ipagsisinungaling nyo yun sa sarili nyo na tingin nyo na sa technical analysis pa rin, sentimental or fundamental, okay, we're talking about your macroeconomics. Okay? Sa kanila nakasalalay and ganun kalakas yung United States of America and yung buong economy. Specifically, pag sinama natin si Japan, si China, 'di ba, si Russia. Tapos meron pa tayong gera sa Venezuela. So may malaking barrel kasi ng oil doon. Hindi ko alam kung yun pa rin ba yung narrative natin ba't tayo nakikipagagawan sa oil. Pero I'm just letting you know, guys, those are the things that we really have to watch out for. And those are my bearish take. Why? Okay, and one thing is also Binance is being so aggressive in harvesting a lot of traders to trade in Binance to raise their total volume. Pag yon ang nangyari at 80% ng buong traders sa buong mundo nagba-Binance, which is pwedeng ma-reopen ang Binance sa US, what will happen is, 'di ba? Dangerous. Sabi natin mag-shutdown lang yung Binance, malaki yung chances na bumagsak yung crypto because of that. Okay, those are my cases for bearishness, okay, because that was the latest news or chismis sa Binance. Okay, Reddit gossip lang to. Hindi ko sasabihin sa inyo na sure din tayo dyan. Pero what's clear is both data and whale movements are being manipulated, no? So, whether si Trump, okay, or yung president ng US, si POTUS, sabi natin, okay, institutions, sama na natin, enterprises, new businesses, new billionaires, or sabihin natin the new crypto millionaires, billionaires, whales, etc. Okay? Everyone is trying to fool you. Yan ang sasabihin ko sa inyo. This is a battle of data. Okay? That's why AI is very important. Why? It's because it can suppress or create a new truth. Okay? Feeling natin yun yung pain totoo, diba? Nafupull tayo ng AI-generated videos, diba? We became more reactive to sa mga ganitong mga videos. Kala natin totoo, fake pala. So, this is a era of data. Okay? So, yeah, the actors, okay, also, yung mga KOLs, bumubulwak na naman sila. Mag-ingat kayo. They have enormous resources. Yun lang masasabi ko from here. And they will use them, okay, to control sentiment and price actions, specifically sa mga shit tokens. Okay? So, sabihin natin, ayan, KOLs, di ba, marami nagbenta, sabi nila, di ba? They were saying that nung nandito tayo, nagda-drop tayo from 27, tapos biglang umangat. I don't know what's the take there. Ano yung shit nila doon? Bahala sila sa buhay nila. Pero, price action per price action, sinabi ko yun sa kanila, $21. Okay, babagsak siya sa 21. Magbabounce agad. Yun nga yung nangyari. Umangat tayo sa $25, which is the 0.5. This is good. Kasi hindi tayo nagtagal dito. Okay, ibig sabihin, meron tayong buyers, meron tayong buyback structure dito. So, it's really good. So, the volatility, pag-usapan natin yung volatility. For many alts, patay ang volatility by looking at ATR indicators for Bitcoin. Okay? So, ano ko dito? Take ko sa volatility. Okay? If you know the asset that you're trading, you don't have to worry about the technical analysis. You just have to position yourself and you take action once it enters that position. Okay? So, yung prices natin, hindi nga siya maganda. Hindi nga maganda yung nangyayari ngayon. Pero this is where the millionaires are created. Okay? And that is the motto of Oso de Chismoso. Okay? So, yung thesis natin for 2026, I'm still thinking about it. That's why ang tagal ko mag-upload ng document ngayon. Hindi ako kumbaga, sobrang ingat ko mag-release ng document ngayon. Yun na lang sasabihin ko. Kasi, ang tunog ng documents ko is parang sobrang bullish ko. Ganyan. Okay? But, again, like I said, it doesn't change. My thesis is still intact. It will be around 2026 where we will see the real top of this market. Okay? You can speculate that this will be the next top. Hanggang dito na lang, tsaka tayo babagsak. Okay? You can speculate that. Okay? Pero, it is very clear. Ito sabihin natin. It's very clear that there is, sabihin natin, parang sabihin natin, it's a clear manipulation on both sides. Okay, whale deposits, CPI manipulation, okay? Pero ito lang yung sinabi ko para sa akin, unless we receive a Black Swan event, hindi tayo papasok ng 61 or 60k below or even 40k below. Stop dreaming. Okay, stop dreaming. Okay? Last week sinabi ko na yan. Okay? Nung nag-81 tayo ng November, 'di ba? Bumili ako. Sabi ko stop dreaming. Umangat siya. Okay, umangat siya sa 94. Nag 94,700 siya. So, my takes here, sabihin natin, okay, sige, yun nga yung mangyari. We still have USDT. Okay, kahit $20 from that level, tapos mga important assets lang talaga yung bibili nyo, there's no problem with that. Okay, sabihin natin, okay, bibili ako SUI. Okay, kasi naniniwala ako sa gagawin nila. Kasi nabasa ko yung white paper nila. Maganda yung gusto nilang gawin. So ako, sabihin natin, hindi, bibili pa rin ako ng hype pag nangyari yung Black Swan event. Why? It's because I know structure itself, the fundamentals behind it, tokenomics, they're true about it. They never missed about it. Only one thing that is wrong is when there is withdrawals, they stop it, especially if there's influx. That's the number one thing, which is not fully decentralized pa. So when they become blockchain sabi natin blockchain layer 1, that's when I will fully trust hype because they will be fully decentralized. As per them, as per the document, okay? So, but, okay, sabihin natin, we'll do sideways. Sabihin natin, talagang na-secure, pero higher low, no? Tapos hanggang sa ma-secure na natin yung 90k. Ang masasabi ko dyan, I'm gonna lock my Ethereum, I'm gonna lock my SUI, yung mga malalaki yung kahit hindi na hindi na tayo maglaro ng yield, yung may pa rehypo pa kayo para lang sa double gains, etc. Hindi na. Okay, slow is the fastest. Okay, so for me, okay, what matters in the end is your progress. Okay, consistently buying real assets is the real important thing you need to learn from here, especially when it is already bear market. Okay, so now the market or the whole narrative is leaving from fiat, diba? Consider going digital. Okay, digital assets. Okay, so let's try to do technical analysis sa mabilisan lang. Okay, pagbigyan natin. Wala tayong Ondo dito. Hindi, meron tayong Ondo dyan. Diyan lang yan. Ondo muna tayo. May nagpapachart ng Ondo. Boom. Okay, so naalala nyo last time nung nakita natin tong drop na to, there's a chance na gusto natin tong balikan. Pero sukatin natin. Ano ba ito? Sukatin natin. Okay, sukatin natin. Wala pa tayong Fibonacci dito eh. Isukatin lang natin. Okay, so mukhang ito nga yun, no? Akudin natin dito. Yan. Okay. So, sakto, 886, biglang bounce. Okay? Pero hindi pa yan tapos. Malaki pa yung chances na since hindi pa nga tapos, hindi pa tayo nagsasubside. Ang pangit talaga sa mga ganito is pag nagsimula na siyang magganyan at nandito na tayo sa sukdulan, okay, may makikita tayong mga mini cross, gold cross, tapos biglang babalik, okay, which is going to be a little bit more capitulating. So ngayon, we are seeing a expanded version of this. Okay? Kaya ako nasabi dati nun sa Ondo, nandito pa lang tayo, it can go down a little bit further, which is at 40 cents. Sumobra pa nga. So, yun lang yung tinitingnan ko. Ngayon, I would say, in the Meraki, I gave them a signal already. I'm not gonna say what this is because you might copy, but it was the perfect time. Okay, it was the perfect time. If they were able to catch that, they were able to catch that 84 drop na nag-drop yung mga assets din, nag-flash crash. If they were able to market buy those assets already or they were able to set it up, they have a really good position already. I'm not gonna say like whatever, long buy or spot or whatever, I'm not gonna say. But there's a clue there already, okay? So, ano pang asset? May gusto ko i-chart eh. Dito. So, Algo. Same thing. Yung prediction natin hanggang dito lang dapat, pero dumaustos pa siya. Okay? So, tingnan natin. Okay, tingnan natin yan. Iggy. Okay, AVAX. No, last time, ang prediction ko dito, bitin naman. Pero within this box, anything within this box is good. Pumasok ka sa box. Okay, tingnan natin ano mangyayari from here. Pero hindi nyo naiindayin kung dito kayo bumili, dito kayo bumili, dito kayo bumili. Tingnan nyo, ha? Let's be long term, okay? Let's be long term. Sabi natin, okay, sabi natin, government adoption, no? Balik tayo sa 618, kunyari lang sa previous high. That's 1.1K%, or sabi natin 11x. $20 no, 11x na. Okay? Kung nakabili kayo doon sa dip. Kung dito naman, that's still 9x. Hindi yun malabo. Okay? Ito, that's still 8x. Kung dito kayo bumili before the real drop. Okay? Diba? Sabi natin, biglang pumasok dito. Sabi natin, dito kayo nakabili before the drop or the previous low. Ito, ayan, previous low. 7x pa rin. Okay? So, walang masama dyan. Okay, sige, 5 minutes. Wala na kayo papachart. Wala akong magpapachart dyan. Ayaw nyo magpachart. Sige. Top bloom. Okay, nakita nyo yung pattern. It is just trying to retrace it. So, anything close to dito sa below na to, dito sa low na to, that's a really good buy already. Okay, you don't have to double doubt or takutin nyo pa sarili nyo. Ashi na to, guys. We're talking about Ashi here. Okay? So, pattern lang. So, sa Tau lang ako na-weird out kasi walang ganito sa Tau. Suwi muna tayo. Tingin sa Suwi. Ang layo pa ng Suwi. Why? It's because they have strong buyback mechanism. They have a lot of user using Suwi. But the downside on that one is it will be slow growth. Okay? Kasi ganoon naman talaga lagi kahit nung Solana. Ang slow growth niya nung nandito sa ganitong situation. Pero nung nagwala na, everyone's using this, etc. to almost every narrative. Now, Suwi is just being used for a lot of NFTs, NFT trades. Wala pa tayo yung parang mga prediction market. But I think they are also doing that already. They're about to do it. It's just like gossip. Hindi tayo sure. Okay? Sobrang risky gossip yon. Pero hindi tayo sure. So that's why we didn't buy too much. Okay? Because nasa ilalim din tayo ng 618. So unless we go up, that's the risk I would take. Okay? I don't want this to go back to 95 or 75. Okay? But it's very possible. Okay? Kasi nangyari nga siya dito. No? Malala yung naging drop niya. Tapos biglang boom. Bumulusok siya. Okay? before siya bumulusok, nagpapakita to ng spike down, which is, I think, to flush out the whole short people na itong asset na to. So, yan. So, I would focus on DEXs right now. Okay? Or anything that accepts credit card, debit card in their website to buy their asset. Okay? Donald Trump did it. So, you know, why not? Why not coconut? Ito, yung $1, hindi ko nababalikan, pero tingnan natin kung magaganito siya. Bago siya gumanyan. Tsaka ito babagsak ulit. Yan, ganyan. Which is always a pattern for consolidation. But I really don't think this is going to be profitable anymore. Kasi isa to sa mga 21x natin. Nag-21x tayo dito. Ang ganda ng buy natin dito. Below 4 zeros tayo dito. 21x tayo dyan. Okay, so another is BB. This is one of my favorite asset that really went down. We were wrong here. Prediction natin dito. Pero hindi na gold. Bumaksak pa lalo. So now, it's forming the Wyckoff. We are in a spring. So I am very sure that this is a very good buy. Pwede na ngayon. Actually ngayon. Kasi yung cellphone ko. Bibili tayo ngayon dito. Ito pa. Ginagamit ko siya sa live. Bili ako ngayon. Itong BB. Ikaw lang ang BB ka. BB ka. Saan ko ba ito nilagay? BB. Bounce beat. Natin ta. Nasa kukain ko ata ta. Ay wala sa kukain. Miraki nga muna. Nga sa Miraki. Wala tayong bounce speed. Saan ba itong bounce speed? Nasa Mexi ng Miraki. Ito sa Mexi. Sa Mexi guys. Lalagay natin tong BB. Lalagay ako ngayon. Kung mag-drop, hindi drop. What I only understand right now, it's in the best buying opportunity. Same thing with Tau, Bitensor. Basically, AAV as well. Below 200 is a really good buying opportunity. Nevertheless, what happens there? We still have $50 to use. We have the BB. Ito, tagyan natin itong BB na ito ha. Nakita yung BB. Ano pa tayo? Yan. Bumili tayo ng BB. Ano pa? Okay. So, why? It's because it's the micro-strategy of Asia. Yan lang yung understanding ko dyan. They have a real company that buys Bitcoin to collateralize their standing. Then back it up with Bitcoin. Their stocks, kumbaga. I think in Singapore, I'm not sure. Singapore ata. Yeah, Singapore. Ito, ganda sana nito. Gusto ko sana to, pero I don't see the strength. It like just died out. Hindi man nabuhay yung ano niya. It flashed green, pero hindi ko pinatulan. So, yeah. I don't wanna touch that. Scary. And it's very low cap. It's a low cap assets, yung parcel. XRP, may nalaman ako sa XRP. So, if you want a live about that, I will tell you guys. Pero, it's gonna go down a little bit further more. Like near $1 close. Okay. Yun ang masasabi ko dyan. Zen 3, dismayed talaga ako dito. Pero I want this asset. I want this asset. Nevertheless, what happened in this asset? Na kakalungkot. Pero yeah, Zen 3. I like this asset, pero yeah, it's going down. Ito, ZK, it's also doing the same thing like yung sa mga blue chip assets, no? Like Hype, di ba? Aave, ganyan na ganyan yung itsura niya. For some reason, okay, konti yung buyers nito, pero malalaki yung buyers. Pansinin nyo yung, i-track nyo yung pera, yun lang yung nakikita ko dito. Okay? Yan. So, ito na. Actually, tapos na tayo. Huwag na natin isagad ng 1 hour. So, yun lang guys. Wala namang nagko-comment. Wala naman nang gustong magpa-chart. Hindi ko nakikita yung comments nyo. Or ako lang yun. Wala akong nakikita talaga. Ondo lang yung huli kong nakita. Wala masyadong nagko-comment. So, yun lang guys. Chismis lang lahat ng yun. Kailangan nyo pa rin aralin, planuhin at kilusan. At sa gayon, ang lahat ng to ay ating makamtan. And syempre, stay awesome. Goodbye guys. Thank you so much. And have a great night. Happy weekend. And Baruch Hashem. Yeah, Baruch Habab Beshem Yahuwah. Maraming salamat.